What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Kiwan, and I am back with The Real Housewives of Rhode Island, Season 1, Episode 11. First of all, next week is the season finale. Maybe next season when they come back, because y'all already know they've been renewed for a Season 2, we will probably get a better cash trip. I know we would. Especially with them living on Rhode Island and they got the little shmoney. I know they're going on at least two better, a better local cash trip, and I know they're gonna have I'm hoping that they have an amazing out of country cash trip. Okay? And something tells me they might bring somebody new on. Bring them on. Okay, we want to see somebody new that bring them. Okay, bring that girl Monica on. We need Monica. We might not like Monica when we meet her, but we want her. Okay, it's something about her. We want her. Anyway, before I start, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, click the notification bell button so you can be updated on every video. Make sure y'all like the video so I can stay in the algorithm. Shout out to y'all for getting me to 911 subscribers so far. I am on a road to 1K. I am super, super grateful. So I thank y'all so much. Thank y'all so much. Okay? Thank y'all. Okay? I had a speech prepared, but it was like 2 miles long. So I'ma just shorten it. If it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be here. So thank y'all. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna say this too. Friday, join myself and my cousin for the Healing Out Loud segment, 8 o'clock Central Standard Time. We're gonna be talking about hotels. It ain't what you think, but it's what you think. But come on in and just enjoy. So the episode stay Lord, did I write Clam and Carry On? Was it Clam or Calm? Y'all, do I have my word? I feel like it's supposed to be Clam because the ladies went clamming at the end of the episode. So yeah, it wasn't a lot to this, but this might not be long. So the episode starts with, picks back up with Joellen getting into her car after her and Liz got into it last week. So she calls Alicia and she tells Alicia what happened between her and Liz. Wasn't much there. She was just telling her how much of Liz was acting. So in the next scene, we get to Rula and Brian. Rula visits nasty ass foot podiatrist Brian and bring him some food. Okay? Rula, you should have put your foot in it. Okay? If you're black, then you know what that means. But I really mean you should have put your foot in it for that cheating ass nigga. Okay? Don't do that. That's very nasty. But I'm just saying. Anyway, her and Brian decided they wanted to throw an Arabian Nights party at the end of the summer bash with some belly dancers. They invite all the ladies except for Joellen, of course. And her nasty ass husband still want to play the victim. You cheated on this lady and somehow you're the victim. You get caught and somehow you're the victim. Just like your wife. You're cheating and somehow she's mad at everybody else except for you. Okay. Anyway, we get over to Ashley, aka Baby Prozac, and Jared. Okay, when I tell y'all, Jared is extremely weird. The energy in that house is so on 100. It just seems like it's never calm. It seems like it's always, and she's always, and the only time she's not is when she's around a calm person When she's not around those kids and those kids all over the place, when she's not around all the ladies in there arguing, and when she's not around Jared. When she's around one of her friends, because I think one of her friends, her actual friends, was on the show. She was calm. She's just always so anxious, and she worries me. I don't know if she needs a Prozac. I don't know what people take. She might need an edible, or maybe she don't need an edible. I don't know, but she is very nervous, and I think Jared's lack thereof, I think that makes her extremely nervous. I think because he doesn't panic, he just so, I don't know if stoic is the word I'm looking for. He's so nothing. There is no facial expression, no nothing. And I think she feels like she has to emote for the both of them. And I just be like, Lord, girl. But let me say this. Her babies are so cute. Her babies, they are very, very cute. So we find out that Audrey's lease is up, I think, towards the end of the year. Jared, I think he wants to extend it because he did promise people that they can have like some type of party there. So he's going to keep it open for that particular purpose. I did say that their house is very chaotic. Those two seem like they're all over the place. Jared doesn't give me calm. He just I don't know. He just acts like he don't like being there. And she is such a lovely person. She is such a lovely person. And Ashley, to me, being married to Ashley, and I don't know. I don't know if he wants something more adventurous, and Ashley may not meet his adventure level. I don't know. And the crazy part is Jared doesn't even know what he wants. And that's the bad part. Why aren't you trying to figure your shit out? You're just like a bump on the log. Is it a bump on the log? You're like a bump on the log. You won't figure your shit out. Figure it out. Okay? It's like she feels like she has to figure everything out for you. And you won't tell her not to figure everything out. You let her. You know that lady. You listen. My mama used to call people who get nervous all the time, she used to call them nervine. I don't know where that lady got that name from, but that's Ashley. Ashley is nervine. Okay? Girl, I just be like, Lord, this little fly is getting on my natural nerves. Okay? Anyway, we get down to Liz and Dolores. And we find out that Rhode Island is the first state to make menopausal women a protective class in the workplace. They've passed the bill for that. So if anything happens while you're at work, and that's under the menopausal umbrella, I'm assuming maybe they can't fire you or something, but you're protected. So I don't know. Anyway, Rosie and Alicia. I told y'all this review gonna be real quick. Okay, so Rosie brings over some ducks to Alicia's house, and they want to decorate the ducks. So she wants to take the ducks. Every time she sees a Range Rover, she's going to put a duck on the Range Rover and says, "I have been ducked." I think that's what she called it. It was really, really cute. The thought of it is really, really cute, and that must be a Rhode Island thing. I don't know, but I think that it's truly, truly cute. Hold on, y'all. My second thing is they're having a conversation about Liz, but I don't like that they're having a conversation about Liz and Alicia's daughter is literally sitting right there. That is not okay. I don't care what y'all talking about. a conversations between adults, and the altercations and the issues that y'all having, it shouldn't be had. It shouldn't be had. I cannot. Anyway, Rosie, they talked about the party that Rula is throwing, and Rosie said she won't talk to Kelsey, and Alicia, I think she's gonna figure out a way maybe to avoid Liz. I could be wrong, but I thought I heard her say that. Rosie feels like Alicia should talk with Rula about the video, and y'all know Alicia's stance. She doesn't want to talk to Rula about it. She feels like that they're happy, and I just don't think, that those people are not happy. You just don't want to be responsible for telling her news yet again about her husband, and you don't want to be looked at as the bad guy. How she looks at Joe Ellen, you don't want to be looked at like that, and not tell her. I would have told my friend. I wouldn't have kept my friend in the dark. I think she would have received it well from you in private when you probably went to her house. Maybe. We're talking about Rula. But Joellen, no. She's not going to accept these type of things from Joellen. So, I don't know. I just feel like when Dolores said that you don't know how to speak up, I believe that now. I truly believe that. So anyway, Rosie don't think that Alicia has it in her to do it. Even Rosie is saying the same thing about you. And I agree. She don't. She absolutely does not. So then we get to the Arabian Nights party. The ladies found out that, Joellen called, what did she call? She called Alicia. And I believe Rosie was there. I think they was getting their makeup done. And she tells them that she wasn't invited. And I want to say this. I want to feel bad for Joellen. I do, and I don't. Honestly, I don't even know how to feel. Why? Because I think Joellen was coming from a good place, but you kept harping and she's not trying to hear it. When you told her, you should have left it alone. So now we're here. You can't be invited to a group event, which y'all shouldn't allow events at people's houses, and everybody can't be there. And that is how that's how these people get paid. I don't know if they changed the dynamics of Housewives, but if this is a group event and Joellen can't be there, how is she gonna get paid? I don't like that. Anyway, Alicia goes over and have a chit chat with Liz. I just wouldn't have nothing to say to Liz until I'm ready, but they apologize, and I'm just like, I guess we'll see. We will see. Anyway, Kelsey's friends, that guy, what was his name? Bill. So Bill and Rosie's husband, I forget his name, they have a conversation about Kelsey and Rosie and how they haven't been getting along lately, and how they think that they should be getting along because, all of the girls are friends and they always, everybody's together and yada, yada, yada. So they want the ladies, I guess they want to try to have the ladies to have a little quick little powwow. And I was like, okay. So, both ladies, they get the ladies together. They both have these whack ass apologies that I don't think were true. Hold on. So I thought the apologies were both whack. I'm sure that they'll probably get into it again. I hope not. But maybe at the reunion. Anyway, Kelsey said that she's giving Rosie the benefit of the doubt. And I'm just like, Girl. Okay, Kelsey, because you just really been getting on my nerves when it comes to Rosie. So Rosie have a conversation with Rula, and she asked her about the video and asked if she, if you've seen the video, do you want to see the video and what was in the video? Rula asked Alicia, why didn't you tell me about the video? So Alicia have 1,001 excuses as to why she ain't tell her, and this is why you should have told her, because y'all was together twice. Y'all had 2 scenes now. You probably shouldn't have told in front of the husbands. But when y'all were out walking and talking about plans and money and all of that, you really should have had a conversation with if that's your friend, you should have had a conversation with her. It didn't even have to go back to the ladies. It could have been it could have been a real heart-to-heart conversation. Take what you will with this information, but this is what I got. Please don't be mad. I did get it from Joe Ellen. I don't know who Joe Ellen got it from. And I think that would have kept Rula closed off anyway because it came from Joe Ellen. But still, at least you know you did the right thing by telling your friend. But then, telling your friend, they end up resenting you. And that's another thing. You don't want to tell people because people don't want to know the truth. So, as the ladies are talking, here comes nasty ass Brian, and so, Rosie is telling her, saying what's going on. And of course, he's denying it because that's what that's what he does. But apparently this lady has some type of, I don't know if this lady has shares in this company. Y'all drop it down and let me know what that's about. Cause he's a dummy. He's a dummy. Like, why would you do that? Anyway, these are my thoughts. These are my thoughts on this Rula situation. Rula knows about Brian's infidelity as long as it didn't hit her doorstep. And now, since they are on TV, she is really mad because it is on TV. It was cool. I knew about it, but it didn't hit my doorstep. Or people wasn't really talking. I wasn't listening to outside noise, as Timber would say. Okay? Now we are on TV and everybody know about it, and it keeps coming back to me. So now I don't have no peace. This is why Rula wasn't showing up for events, which is why Rula should be demoted. I love Rula, but you should be demoted or you should not be able to return. If you can't put your business out there, which we already know about, you're not ready to confront that. You shouldn't have came on this show. You shouldn't have allowed producers to twist your arm to come on this show to talk about your infidelities. You should have handled. You should have been like, no, thank you, and handle that shit behind closed doors. Anyway, if Alicia still would have said something to Rula, I believe Rula still would have made an excuse about this man's cheatations. Again, she ain't ready to leave. With that in her background, y'all remember those women sat at that table with her and was telling her to ignore her better judgment. And what did I say? Yeah, to ignore. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, they was basically telling her to ignore what was best for her because of, what do they call it? Tradition and all of that. And then, yeah. Anyway, another thing. You are mad at Brian, but you are choosing to make Joella responsible for Brian's cheatation. And Brian, you, instead of you taking accountability and responsibility because you still want to fuck on that raggedy ass baloney smelling lady, you gonna keep saying, you gonna make it seem like Joellen is out there cheating too. Sir, please. Anyway, Rula, you are mad at everybody else except for Brian, and you know this nigga is playing in your face, running up your pH. Okay? Girl, bye. Anyway, Liz and Kelsey. I didn't get much from this, but we all here to understand that the ladies want to have some type of end of the year summer block island party. And Kelsey wants to do this so everybody can mend friendships. Then we get to Joellen and her husband. Joellen thinks that Liz owe her an apology, and she say how awful Liz was acting. But I will say this. I feel like a little bit you was antagonizing that lady. So you know that little Fraggle Rock lady is great. I'm telling y'all, Liz looked like somebody, and it's in my head, but I forgot exactly what she looked like. And when I find it, I'm gonna put a side by side pic and put it on my and I'm gonna put it on my on this here. What is it? See, brain fog. It's brain fog at its worst. I'm gonna put it on this YouTube. Okay. Anyway, but she also said how much her friendship with Liz meant something to her, and it hurt her feelings that Liz said that they wasn't real friends like that. And I was like, girl, you were so quick to tell Joellen that I feel like your little conniving, raggedy, schnozzle nose been feeling like this about this lady. The only person you friends with for real in real life is Dolores, because you keep trying to look like her. Like, what was your real face before your Dolores face? Your almost Dolores face. Okay? You get on my nerves. Okay? I don't know. I don't know. You gotta go or something. I don't know. Anyway, Kelsey asked Liz if she felt like, she was wrong. Of course, Liz says no. This where the episode ended. I thought I'll have my whole assessment on this season. Now, y'all, did we get the reunion seating? Did we get the seating chart? Because I'm pretty sure we'll get the seating chart sometime next week. Because, by before Sunday or something, because this is the season finale. This is, we about to get the reunion looks. We about to get we'll get a chance to see all of that. So with all of that being said, I appreciate y'all. This is your girl Kiwana reminding you to keep showing up, keep growing, stay true to yourself, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.